If you're counting on a pension to retire, you might run out of money while you're still alive. And the worst part is, you won't see it coming. Because it doesn't collapse all at once, it slowly falls behind. You did everything right. You worked a stable job, stayed consistent, avoided risky decisions, and trusted the system to take care of you. You believed your pension would be enough, and that belief gave you peace of mind for decades. But that belief is where the risk begins. Right now, millions of people are approaching retirement with complete confidence in a number they've never truly questioned. A fixed monthly income that looks predictable, feels stable, and sounds secure. On paper, it works. In reality, it slowly breaks. Meet Robert. He's 58 years old and has spent over 30 years working a government job. He didn't chase high returns or risky investments, he chose stability. Every year he receives a statement showing his expected pension income. It tells him he'll receive around $3,000 a month in retirement, and that number feels reassuring. But retirement is not about what you receive, it's about what that money can actually do. Today, $3,000 a month might feel manageable. It can cover basic expenses and provide a decent lifestyle. But fast forward 10 or 15 years into retirement, and that same amount starts to feel very different. Prices rise, daily costs increase, and the same lifestyle becomes harder to maintain. The number hasn't changed, but everything around it has. This is where the illusion begins to break. Inflation slowly reduces the value of your money every single year. Even at a modest rate of 3%, your purchasing power declines steadily. Over time, that loss compounds. What once felt sufficient becomes tight, then restrictive, and eventually not enough. Most pensions try to adjust for this through cost of living increases, but those adjustments rarely match real-world inflation. On paper, your income may increase slightly each year, but in reality, you are losing buying power. You don't see a drop in your payment, but you feel the difference in your lifestyle. Now, add time to the equation. People are living longer than ever before. Retirement is no longer a short phase at the end of life. It can last 20, 25, even 30 years. That means your pension has to support you for decades while losing value at the same time. The longer you live, the more pressure builds. Then comes the most underestimated cost of all, healthcare. As you age, medical expenses don't increase gradually, they accelerate. Doctor visits become more frequent, medications become necessary, and unexpected procedures can appear without warning. Even with insurance, out-of-pocket costs can grow significantly. This is where many retirees feel the system break. The income they trusted is no longer enough to cover the reality they are living in. Now imagine this clearly. You're 72 years old. You did everything responsibly. You followed the rules, avoided mistakes, and trusted the system that promised stability. But now your expenses are rising faster than your income, your savings are shrinking to fill the gap, and your options are limited because rebuilding at this stage is no longer realistic. This is the pension trap. It doesn't fail suddenly. There is no dramatic moment where everything collapses. Instead, it tightens slowly over time. Small gaps between income and expenses begin to appear, and those gaps grow year after year until they become impossible to ignore. The most dangerous part is how invisible it feels in the beginning. Your payments arrive on time, your lifestyle seems stable, and everything appears under control. But beneath the surface, the numbers are shifting in a direction that eventually catches up with you. The core problem is not the pension itself. The problem is believing that it is enough on its own. A pension was never designed to be your entire financial plan. It was meant to be a foundation, something to support you, not something to carry everything. but most people treat it like a guarantee, and that assumption removes the need to think beyond it. Because real financial security doesn't come from a fixed number. It comes from flexibility, growth, and control. It comes from having multiple ways for your money to support you, not just one. Because the moment you depend entirely on a single source of income, you lose the ability to adapt when reality changes. So the real question is not whether your pension will pay you. The real question is whether it will still be enough when life becomes more expensive, when time stretches longer than expected, and when costs rise in ways you cannot predict. Because retirement doesn't fail all at once. It fails slowly, quietly, and then one day you realize the plan you trusted was never designed for the reality you are living in.